Hey everybody, Roxabox9 here, back with some more Battle for Zendikar spoilers. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including a couple of Mythic Planeswalkers. I know you guys have already seen spoil, but I want to give you my thoughts. Apologize, I have a bit of a nasal congestion cold, so hopefully it won't interfere too much with the video. Let's jump right in. We'll start off with 3 Mythics. Yep, 3 in a row. We'll get back to this guy at the end. Undergrowth Champion, 3 for a 2/2 Elemental. If damage would be dealt it, while it has a 1/1 counter, take off 1/1 counter from it, and it prevents the damage. Landfall, whenever it lands battlefield, it gets a 1/1 counter on it. Why is this guy mythic? I honestly don't know. My gut feeling is because in limited, it's going to be very, very hard to deal with. There's going to be very little removal that can outright deal with him. He scales very, very well. He grows and grows and grows. Very hard to kill him. We've seen these kind of cards in the past with the Phantoms in Judgment, and many of them were very good, especially the ones that were effectively costed. This guy is effectively costed. In limited is the reason he's a mythic. I really cannot imagine why he would be in a standardized environment. But that being said, he could be a sideboard card. He works very well for green style decks, again, as control builds, because he chump blocks for days and days and days, and he's hard and annoying to waste removal on. But that being said, he is very easy to target with removal, and he's very easy to deal with. The only things that really can't deal with him are damage related spells, but removal, any kind of regular removal deals with him. He needs to have the 1/1 counter on him for it to work. He's an efficient, very efficient creature, but not mythic status in terms of his functional playability. Nixilis Reignited, 5 for a 5 loyalty walker, +1. You draw a card, lose a life. Classic demon. This is a pure demon effect. -3, destroy target creature, another demon effect. -8, target opponent gets an emblem. Whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. This is okay, I guess. Obviously, it's for long, grindy games. It would be potentially a game winner, but he reminds me of Gideon. He's not a bombshell walker who, as you go down towards his ultimate, that's where it gets out of this world. All his abilities are functionally awesome, but there's no true ultimate here. Except in Commander, because that -8 in Commander is just obnoxiously disgusting. But I can see also how the ultimate can scale if you have a lot of card draw and so on. But yeah, let's be honest here. Compared to many other ultimates, it's not such an ultimate. -3, destroy creature, efficient, awesome. Plus, you draw a card, lose a life. It protects itself, card draw, huge loyalty. He's awesome all around. Kiora, Master of Depths, also awesome. I have to say, I really like what they're doing with the walkers. Kiora does some wonky stuff. 4 for a 4 loyalty, plus untap 1 target creature, 1 target land, so you get a blocker and you get more ramp. Awesome. -2, a Ajani, Mentor of Heroes style effect. Look at the top 4 cards, you can potentially draw 1 to 2 cards, which is crazy, and the rest go in your graveyard, which feeds into Delve and feeds into the Eldrazi ingest style creatures. And then -8, you get an emblem whenever a creature enters the battlefield in your control. You may have it fight another creature, so pseudo removal, and you get 3 8/8s into play right after it. That's ridiculous. Basically a board clearing effect, tons of creatures. She's just super powerhouse aggro, supporting aggro decks. Great card. Foil is going to be amazing, very expensive. Definitely can imagine her seeing constructed play. Actually, I can see both these seeing constructed play, but we'll have to see which one actually gets there in terms of, whoa, where's this card going? Zada, Hedron Grinder, 4 for a 3/3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only him, copy the spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target, and each copy targets a different one. We've seen this card before within the Nephilim from the Shards of Alara block, and I think it's fine. It's fine. It's basically Commander build around card. I really don't see where else it would be happening, but funky card. I like it. Well designed. We've seen it before. Smothering Abomination, aka a Demon Eldrazi, 4 for a 4/3 flyer. Devoid at the beginning of your upkeep, sack a creature. Whenever you sack a creature, draw a card. Okay, so to keep it alive, I'm guessing if he's the only one on the battlefield, you have to sacrifice him. But if you're sacrificing Eldrazi spawn, sacrificing tokens, it's a card draw engine beyond belief, and it's a 4/3 flyer for 4. So it seems fine. Very solid limited card. I guess it's technically aggressive enough for constructed, but I don't think it's probably going to get there. Then we have Sacred Foundry with new art. It's fine, nothing particularly special. I know I'm not a huge fan of all these arts. Some of them are really but hey, some people like them. Temple of the Forsaken Gods. Tap, add a colorless. Tap, add 2 colorless. Use it only to cast colorless spells, and only do it if you have 7 more lands. So for those who remember, we had things Temple of the False Gods. This is kind of like that, but it's also kind of like Eldrazi Temple. It can only be cast, well, not for colorless Eldrazi, it's for colorless spells, but still. I think it's fine. It's not legendary, which gives it scalability. Yeah, you need to have 7 lands in play to make it work, but come on, with the amount of ramp going on in Standard, I can imagine that happening. And it's a good support card if you actually want to run Eldrazi. I think as a casual card, it's the real win in terms of where it's constructed wise. I don't really know. I can see why. I've seen both sides of the coin. Some people really hate it, some people really like it. I think it can fall either way. Tandem Tactics. 2 for another card which probably should have been in Theros, and I have no idea why it's here. But sure, up to 2 target creatures, each get 1/2, and you gain 2 life. This actually works with Zada Hedron Grinder, because it's up to 2, so he can target just himself and then hit all your creatures. That's kind of fun, but otherwise, yeah, it's a fine combat trick. It's I mean, it's an combat trick. It's a combat trick. All right. Conduit of Ruin to wrap up our day. 6 for a 5/5 Eldrazi. Whenever you cast it, you search the library for a colorless creature card for mana cost 7 or higher. Shuffle your library, put it on top, and the first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. Wow, this is really powerful. Really, really good for limited, obviously. Really, really good for, basically reads play me in Commander. But honestly, this could work in like a ramp Eldrazi style deck, just because it makes your future spells that much cheaper. And this is really important if you're, let's say, you're ramping into Ulamog or something, then this is really going to push you that much closer, and it gives you an automatic tutor for it. I think it's all around really, really strong. Huge commander card. It can work in all kinds of aggro decks, I think, out of this world. It's just all around awesome. So those are all our spoilers for today. We got quite a few. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about them, especially the Planeswalkers, even though I know you guys have probably saw those yesterday. But yeah, I'm just going to throw in with most other people. They're freaking awesome. Undergrowth Champion is probably my most, wait a minute, is this going to be what I think it is card? But I'd love to hear what you guys think about all of these things. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, then please tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe for all the Magic the Gathering spoilers coming at you. And as always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.